Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hopefully, you're getting ready for an exciting weekend. I know I am. As you can see, I've got a picture of Mr. Chad Boseman behind me, the Black Panther. For those of you that haven't heard the news, he lost his life, his battle with colon cancer. Passed away earlier today. It's been all over the news. I'm sure it's going to pop up everywhere. So was really looking forward to seeing him in a lot more movies coming up down the road. Really cool actor, young and young, only 43 years old. My camera looks like it's completely pointing in the wrong direction. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Pick that up just a smidge. Here we go. That's better. So wanted to talk about the topic came up today. I was on the job. I was talking to John. Shout out to the Savage. Dude is absolutely powerful, awesome sales guy. And we were talking about customers and relationships and how we treat each other and things like that. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed online. I'm also an Avenger fan. My wife refers to me as Iron Man. That's sort of my nickname for those of you that don't know it. So I got to figure out how to do the beard thing on the side like he does. Anyway, so Chad, man, you will be missed. I wish I could have seen you in a lot more movies. He's got a movie out called The King of England or something like that that he did, which is very cool. I can't remember the name. I think I saw it on Netflix here recently. Very cool movie. Very neat. It's got a cool twist at the end. Very interesting. Highly recommend if you haven't seen that to go check out some of his movies. It's not The King of Scotland. That was Forrest Whitaker. Something the King of something. Anyway, so very cool actor. Avengers, Black Panther made a huge hit. I may sit down and watch that after this, just because. Very cool movie. So I was looking forward to the trilogy. I think they've already completed the second in the series. I don't know if they got a chance to do number 3. But anyway, so don't spit on my food. So I was talking to John, and we were sitting here talking, and this customer was just treating him like just crap. I mean, she was sending these text messages all bold, and I don't know where it was coming from. I don't know where she was coming from and why she was doing all this stuff, and what the point of all these text messages were. I don't know if she was coming from a place of fear, if she's coming from a place of manipulation, maybe a combination of both. I mean, she was making comments about him being a black man, and I mean, it was like psycho. It was like psycho text message. So I had to bring in some of my kung fu, and he's sitting at my desk, so I put her on speaker, and I bring on the kung fu, and I'm talking to her, and I made a decision today that I was going to go into super chill mode, because it's like every single customer that I have in the last couple of days has just been like, I'm talking about my car customers, it's just been like Murphy's Law. It's like, seriously? Am I being tested? Is my iron, my metal being sharpened? I guess so. I don't know. So I just had to come into super like chill mode. And I talked to her on the phone, and I'm going through it. I'm being very just calm and professional, and I'm just waiting for her to go guns a-blazing on me, and I'm talking, and I'm doing this and that and the other, and she tries to put me in check a little bit. I put her back in check a little bit, and eventually I got back to her, and I guess she realized that, I don't know if it was my tone or where my attitude or my posture on the phone or whatever that might have been, is she changed her complete attitude with me talking on the phone. And John's a great guy. John is probably one of the coolest guys you could probably ever. It's just absolute fun. So I don't know why she was going guns a-blazing on him. I have no idea. But the whole point of the title here, Don't Spit in My Food, is that when you as a customer are spending your money with someone else, it's very important that you treat them nice if you want to get good service. And it's not that you need to, people think this, for some reason, people think it's the other way around. People think that I'm going to give you money, now I have a right to treat you like crap. And that's not how it works. It's a symbiotic relationship. I give you money, I'm a customer, you provide me service. You give me bad service, I have a right to complain. However, I don't have a right to complain first because you're not acting the way I want you to act, or you're not doing what I want you to do, right? That doesn't help the situation. I'm a sales guy on my end. If you want me to give you really good service, you've got to treat me nice. If you come guns a-blazing on me, I am blowing you off, and that's all honest. If you come, and again, it's sometimes you need to talk people off the ledge when they're coming from a place of fear, they're coming from a place of anxiety. Sometimes you just need to calm them down, let them know everything's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. But as a customer, me being as a customer, I don't have a right to go in and treat somebody like crap because I'm paying them. That's not how it works. And think about it, if you go to a restaurant, right? What do they say is don't complain about the food because the food you get back, somebody may have spit in it. Well, the way you do that, how you get around it at a restaurant, is you say, hey, and it doesn't really matter whose fault it is. There's a right way to get stuff done, and then there's the right way to get stuff done, right? So the food comes out and it's not what you want. If you go guns a-blazing on the waitress like it's her fault, one, you're not going to get anything. Two, it's if you have them take it back. So the way you get around that, you say, hey, appreciate this. My bad. I know this is probably my fault. I know I love my steak well done, and I probably forgot to tell you that. Can you do me a favor and can you take this back and redo it? Because I really just need a redone. I just really need a well done steak. I'm sorry for putting you through all this. I apologize. My bad. I should have made it more clear. See, even though it may not be your fault, if you do that, guess what? The chef's probably going to come out and give you some kudos. We went to Denny's. Denny's has these sizzling Santa Fe plates, sizzling Santa Fe skillets, which is like these chorizos with egg and cheese and vegetables, and man, it's fire, right? And I always get extra cheddar cheese on mine. I like it well done, and it's really good. Well, we had it for the first time. So the waitress comes out and I say, can you do me a favor? Can you go in and tell the cook this is fire, that he put his elbow in. I mean, he put everything you possibly could. So she went back and told him, and guess what? Now, every time that waitress sees us, she's like, I remember you guys. So it's sometimes when we as customers go the extra mile for somebody, you'd be amazed at how well we get treated when it comes back on the other side. So I got to tell you our gutter story, right? So can I tell the gutter story, babe? I don't know if she's listening or not. Hold on a second. Babe, can I tell the gutter story? All right. I just wanted to make sure. So anyway, we order some gutters for the house, right? We get these bids. The first guy comes out and bids on the house and doing the gutters. And we have this one gutter over here on this side of the house that's there's a house really close next door. I mean, the house next door right here, if I reach through my window over here, I can really literally lean out and touch the roof. That's how close it is, right? So it's a little bit hard to get to. It's on the upper corner. So the first guy comes out and he gives us this bid. Now there's some of the I guess you call it, is it the board that goes behind the gutter, whatever you call that, right? Some of that needs to be replaced. I know it. It's an old house. So we're doing gutters. And the first guy comes out and does a bid, and he walks around and he says, well, we're not going to be able to do this gutter. You're just going to have to leave it. I'm thinking, okay, in the back of my mind, that's like, okay, he's already shot himself in the foot. And then he says, well, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to replace all this rotten wood first and get that done before we can come out and do the gutters. And then on top of that, he gives me this bid that's freaking ridiculous. It's obvious that he didn't want to have my business when he gave me this bid. It was just ridiculous. So we get the second gutter company to come out, and they come out and they give us this bid that included, which was easily, it was 30% less than the other bid. Plus it included replacing the board behind the gutters. We talked about the downspouts, and we got the color match and everything that we wanted to match our trim around our windows and our doors and everything. So very, very cool. We got new gutters, and we needed it. Trust me, it was looking pretty scary. So we got the new gutters out there. We got to get some got to get a guy to come out and do some gutter guards on it here next. But we had this corner of the house, the same corner that the first guy looked at and said he didn't really want to do. So we get all the gutters done. You know, I come home and like the one corner's not done. I'm like, babe, what happened to the corner? So we go. The long story short was, my wife sends a message to the lady that's one of the owners. Hey, they forgot to do a corner. And so the salesperson, or the guy that did that, I guess he's the second lead or whatever, he calls and is like, did you call me a liar? And I don't know. My wife was very cordial to the phone. No, I didn't. And there's no reason I would have told you not to do the gutters. And long story short, she calls back and talks to the other owner, and the owner said, yeah, he was having a bad day, had a bad experience. So the point was my wife did not go guns a-blazing on him. She could have went straight up mad black woman on him in 2 seconds and just like brought it all to heat, but she didn't. She was very calm. She was very nice. She was very cordial. They eventually came out, got the other gutters done, got the other gutters put up. They look really nice. It just really looks good. So, but you didn't help out concerning it. I'm not sure what you mean, Prince, by that, but so the cool thing about it was my wife took care of the whole thing. She was really good at it because it was a really neat process. So as you treat others, it's about energy, and we're talking about this in our 100K Inner Circle coaching group. We're actually doing vibrational money immersion. It's the energy that you put out is what you get back. How you treat other people is how it's going to come back, regardless of what side of the money you're on, whether you're on the receiving side or whether you're on the giving side. And being in the car business, trust me, there's a lot of people that walk into a car dealership straight up scared because they've heard all the horror stories about they're going to pay too much for the car. They're going to, I mean, it's just you can tell the list is going through their head about what and they're just in their total fear because they feel like they're going to be ripped off by some scammy salesperson. And I think as long as I've been in the sales business, I've met like 3 scammy salespeople. And I've been in the business a long time, and they were just horrible, and they're no longer in the business, and they got booted. You can't tell. But for the majority of us, we're all good people. Do we make mistakes? Do we overlook stuff? Absolutely. That's why there's 15 people looking at paperwork to make sure we didn't miss anything, and sometimes we still do. That's just the part of the nature of the business. So the moral of the story, the moral of the point is if you're a customer, if you're a consumer, and you want your salesperson to give you extraordinary service, you want them to give you a 10 of service, you got to give them a 10 being a customer. And it's very, very important. You got to give to get, no matter what you're doing, whether you're going to Walmart. If you're in Walmart, one of the things I'll do is when I go to Walmart, and I know no matter what line I get in Walmart, it's going to be the slowest line in the store. So I just get out my phone and stand there and wait for the line to move. And I noticed that sometimes you'll get up to a couple of the checkout people, and they're just, especially with all the COVID stuff going on, that even added more stress to the deal, is I'll get up and I'll watch the facial expressions. And if I notice that they're having a really bad day, I'll say, you look really tired. Are you okay? And they'll say, yeah, so and so. I know one girl, where was I at? Oh, it was, and I try to put them in a good mood, right? Just say, hey, it's going to be okay. Are you okay? Is everything all right? And they'll say, yeah, I'm fine. And I remember I went to Chick-fil-A, and I was going through the Chick-fil-A drive-through, and the little attendant that came up to the window, she just seemed like she was just totally stressed. And she just was not, like, you could tell by her facial expression she was stressed. And I said, are you all right? And she's like, I'm okay. I said, no, you're not. I said, what's going on? She says, my grandmother's really, really sick, and blah, blah, blah. And she went through this whole story, and I'm like, oh my God. She says, but I had to come to work because I needed the money. So I got up to the checkout line, and I told, there was a manager standing up there. I said, I can't remember what her name is. I said, you got one of your workers back there. She's absolutely fabulous. I'm not complaining, but she just told me that her grandmother's really sick and that she had to be at work today because she had to make the money. And she just seems like she just probably needs to really go be at home because she seems really stressed. And he looked at me like, oh my God, really? We'll take care of that right away. And I don't think he was going to do it. Hopefully he didn't do anything to discipline her, but hopefully he like sent her home and gave her some pay. I hope I didn't get her in trouble. But it's sometimes we need to pay attention to the people that we're interacting with and realize that if we take it personal, it's gonna create a bigger backlash. So as we go out and we're paying people for their services, if we treat them super nice, most of the time they're really nice people. They just want to get paid. They want to go home. They want to pay their bills. They want to do all that stuff. If we treat them really, really nice, guess what? They're going to give us really, really good service. Does it mean they have a bad day like the guy with the gutters? I'm still not quite sure what was going on with that. But whatever the situation was, is my wife didn't escalate it, right? She didn't take it to the next level, which she could have. So just remember that when you're dealing with people, remember there's a person on the other side of that financial exchange. And the more positive giving energy that you can give out to that person on the other end, the more chances are that you're going to get somebody not spitting in your food. So hopefully you got some value from this. I know I did. We talked about it today at the job, and it was very, very enlightening. I know I have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful month going on customer acquisition wise. It's been off the chain. Can't wait to do my celebration dance here in just a minute. It's going to be funerific. I love you. Jesus loves you. Celebrate your wins. Close out your month. Go out and crush it. Do a little extra. Make a couple of extra phone calls. It'll make a huge, huge difference rolling over into next month. And oh, by the way, for those of you that are in the club, 200 a day, starting on the 1st, I'll announce it right here. It's going to be fire. If you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, that's absolutely okay. The people that do know what I'm talking about. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.